Hey, this is Jeff Phillips with Accounting Fly. You're watching Meet This Firm, where we do interviews with partners at some of the best employers in the public accounting industry within the United States. And today we're going to talk to Thomas Howell Ferguson out of Tallahassee, Florida. Also has offices in Tampa, currently hiring a handful of positions, but especially looking right now in the tax side. So I'm going to bring in one of their shareholders, Allison Harrell. Allison, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Jeff. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for being here. So, Allison, you're a partner, you're a shareholder at Thomas Howell Ferguson. You're on the assurance services side, but we're going to talk about this position you guys currently have open on the tax side. But let's take a step back and give us just an overview of Thomas Howell Ferguson. What can you tell us about the firm makeup?
Well, we are a traditional accounting firm with audit and tax services and with offices in Tampa and Tallahassee. And we were once a Big Four firm and have been now Thomas Howell Ferguson for 23 years. So we're growing. We have approximately doubled in size in the last 10 years, increased our offices from one to two. So constantly growing firm.
Fantastic. And I did not know about the Big Four connection. That's an interesting part of your history that I wasn't aware of. Well, tell me about you, Allison. You've made partner. You have a busy life. I know you have a family. Tell us about your work and just a little bit of background on you.
Sure. Yes, I'm an audit partner. I primarily specialize in not-for-profit and government work. But yes, outside of my job here, I'm a busy mother of two. And I think that our culture leans itself to be such a work-life balance model, in that we are a family-oriented firm and respect things that have to go on outside of the office. As you know, with kids, things come up during the day, and we make sure that those things don't interfere in our first priorities for our employees. Or I'm sorry, we make sure that work doesn't interfere and that those are always first priorities. So we have prided ourselves on being a family-oriented office and ensuring and try to come up with programs and different steps to make sure that we are moving our model in the way to provide that balance for our employees.
We love hearing that. I mean, I know you guys are aggressively moving the workplace forward. We've heard a lot of information from people in our generation. About 78% of us are dual working couples, and the baby boomers, it was about 50%. So I've always been encouraged that Thomas Howell Ferguson, creates a workplace where you can get your work done, but you also can take care of your family responsibilities, and it sounds like you do that.
Yes.
What are you guys hiring for now? I know there's a few open positions, but right now you have a couple openings in your tax department. What can you tell us about that?
We do. We're looking for experienced tax practitioners, anywhere from about 2 to 8 years, mainly at a manager or senior manager level. We have an opening in our insurance practice. So we're divided by industry groups within our firm, and we have a property and casualty insurance practice, and that is where we have the need right now. So we're really looking for great people that want to work for a great, fast growing firm and forward thinking.
That's awesome. Okay, well, let's talk about that for a second. You guys are growing. Obviously, you wouldn't be hiring if you weren't. And what can you tell us about when you talk to recruits and they ask why should we interview with or why should we talk to Thomas Howell Ferguson? What do you typically tell recruits when they ask, why?
It's our culture, above and beyond, it's our culture. And like I stated before, we were a Big Four firm, so we still maintain some of those qualities, and most of it's over the quality of our work and our processes. But overall, we are a regional firm with a regional feel. So our employees, we watch out for them, their personal development, as well as their professional development, but also, like I said before, maintaining that work-life balance and making sure that we all know everyone and we know their families and we know their needs outside of work and respect that. So I definitely would not have stayed here as long as I have, which is coming up on 13 years, had it not been that type of culture where it's not a driving force all of the time to get the work done. We certainly get the work done, but we certainly have other things outside that take precedence at some times, and we definitely like to play hard. So we are a firm that has fun. And we have a great group of employees that socialize outside of work. We socialize at different events during the year at our office, and even from having a Halloween party where we all dress up in costumes, which I think is outside of the norm for the CPA world.
I've heard about some of your legendary tailgates before Florida State football games as well.
Oh, yes, that's an important part of our culture since we are in Florida State's backyard.
Um, I think all kidding aside, you're hitting on so many important topics that are important to you guys. Work hard and play hard, but more importantly, like having great process so that people can get the work done and deliver quality work and have a life. And I think high performing CPAs, especially CPAs who are coming out of the big four, are looking for that. And my advice to them would be you'll never know if this is a great fit or not unless you initiate contact with this firm, meet Allison, meet Michael, their partners within Thomas Howell Ferguson. You owe it to yourself to find out if there's a great opportunity here. And speaking of, you can apply to Thomas Howell Ferguson, a tax manager job, and their jobs on the assurance side or entry level. In Accounting Fly, we're going to give you a link to their job postings as well as a link to their website so you can check more out. Allison, I hope we get to hear more from you down the road, and I appreciate taking the time to talk about Thomas Howell Ferguson today.
Great. Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for being here, and we'll see you down the road.